Hey, listen. When you sponsor the podcast, you can. Okay. Until then, I'm 2 years older than Rob.
Okay.
So,
but I graduated before him.
Let's say.
Would you rather lose Vladdy on the Jays or lose Matthews on the Leafs?
You're a loser.
Break talk, we taking it to another level. Better get ready with your host, Adam and Loretto. The dopest show that you ever heard, ever seen. The podcast about nothing and everything. Yeah, break the break talk. Yeah, break the break talk.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Break Talk. This week's guest, for the first time ever, we got two guests with us. The second time on the show, Mr. Ralph Cerasuolo. Thank you for joining us once again.
Hey, Ralphie.
And our first timer on the Break Talk, Rob Martella.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, we're super excited to get into it today. Ralph and Rob, long story short, lifelong friends. They've known each other for a while. They got a shit ton of stories that we got to hear. And
we're going to uncover all of it.
Yeah. And they know how to get under each other's skin. And that's the goal of today. We're going to start a little fiesta between these two and see what we can get out of the both of them. But before we get into it, we are starting right on the high ropes, and Adam's going to hit you with a hard-hitting question right now for the both.
Right away, guys, we're starting this episode with a bang. We're starting with a segment right off the bat. Ralph, you're on the hot seat. You're going to have to tell me fuck, marry, or kill.
Oh.
Okay? So here are the names for you, Ralph. First one on the list is Pamela Anderson. Mm-hmm. Second one is Shania Twain. And the third one is Sidney Crawford. Fuck, marry, and kill.
Okay, you got to kill Pam Anderson right away.
Wow.
Wow. You gotta
that's controversial.
You just got to fucking...
Right away.
Right away.
Why?
Just right...
Wow.
Make it short and sweet. Yeah. Mary... That's a toss-up. I'll take Shania all day.
For Shania Twain, Mary.
All day.
Mary.
Okay, Shania Twain, Mary.
All day, and then, of course... Anybody's going to fuck Sidney Crawford.
You're banging Sidney Crawford.
Yeah, we're banging.
Okay, we're going to have to talk about why you're killing Pamela, because that might be controversial. Rob, you're up to bat.
That's easy for me. Very easy.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck Pamela Anderson for sure.
That's what I thought
you got
too.
to.
That's
You
what I
have
thought
to
too.
do that.
Easy. After you saw those videos with Tommy Lee, man, should be fantastic. We're old enough to remember those.
But you didn't clarify old or young.
Oh, yeah.
Prime time.
Okay, I don't change anything, but you can go ahead.
Doesn't matter. Mary would be Cindy Crawford because just classy and beautiful.
Everyone's marrying Sidney Crawford, eh?
Yeah.
We didn't know who that was.
No, you married Shania Twain.
Shania.
Yeah.
And Shania, to me, I don't like that cheesy country music, and I hate her music, so I would say kill Shania.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I didn't know who Cindy Crawford was before this. We had researched some famous people.
We're hoping you guys knew who she was.
No, I wouldn't expect you to know this before your time.
Yeah.
Well,
she was like the original supermodel. Like there was a lot of them, but she was
Cindy Crawford or Pamela?
No,
Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford.
Yeah.
Cindy Crawford was like at the top for probably 30 years. Like she was 40 by the time she hung it up, I think. Yeah, she was like she was up there.
I was told she was a model, then turned into like actor, and you were like in that.
No,
pop.
You were told by
she wasn't.
She never acted.
Oh, she didn't.
Cindy
so just
Crawford?
model.
Couple commercials maybe, but like
okay.
nah,
Maybe some
classifiers
like
are not there.
cameos, some bullshit like
Got
that.
you.
But she was a model. She was a model her whole life.
Got you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why are you killing Pamela?
Because she's dirty. She's fucking.
That's what I said.
she's-
No,
she's-
I did say that. I did
she's-
say that.
She's like.
I didn't know you were into having sex with sophisticated women.
I said, this is what I said. I said, no one, and I'll put money on it. I said, no one is marrying Pamela Anderson. No chance.
No, you don't know what Tommy Lee did, man.
Yeah,
that guy was a dirty dude himself.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So,
Yeah.
Rob, we appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's talk. How did you meet Ralph, and where did you guys meet?
So I know Ralph since high school. Not so much elementary school because he was more high school.
High school.
So let me paint a picture of Ralph. In high school, Ralph had long hair. He looked like an 80s, flowing long hair, like an 80s rock band.
Yeah.
And he loved 80s rock music. And he was like a cool guy in high school. Ralph was like the guy to know. And I was like the little couple years younger, like the little twerp, trying to hang around with Ralph, trying to get a name for myself.
He was not so
cool.
popular.
Yeah, not so cool.
Not so popular.
I wasn't as cool as I am
Very
now.
popular with the girls.
Rob was?
Very popular with the girls.
Was I? Thanks, Ralph.
Yeah,
Were you really?
He was
maybe.
He always had a smoking hot girlfriend.
Nice. The Break Talk podcast is brought to you by Skilled Trades College. Looking to get involved with the trades but don't know where to start? Where can you find all the info, Loretto?
Head over to skilledtradescollege.ca and get the skills to pay the bills.
So Ralph was good friends with my friend Angelo. So I would hang out with him, and Ralph had this long flowing brown hair, cool attitude.
Were you jealous of his hair at the time?
100%. Drove a blue YJ in high school, and everyone knew who Ralph was. So I got to know him that way, and sort of we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's I'm 2 years older than Rob.
Okay.
So
But I graduated before him.
Let's say
The worst part about that all that is true. You did. So how many years did you spend in high school?
7.5, I think.
Jesus Christ. You did what? The regular 4?
Yeah, I did the regular.
Yeah.
The traditional 4. But yeah, it was. So when I would have met Rob, I was
Should have graduated 2 years
16, 17. So he was 14, turning
Wow.
15,
Yeah.
give or take.
Yeah. What's in
Yeah.
that range?
It's like 100 years ago.
Feels like it. And also, I know we were talking about this earlier, but Ralph was the first guy to get me high on weed.
Wow. So
Yeah.
how did that happen? Like, were you the one with the weed, or was he?
No, Ralph had weed all the time. No, so we were in his Jeep YJ, me, Ralph, and Angelo, and Ralph's like, "Okay, we're gonna get you fucked up tonight."
Wait. You got to back up a little bit.
All right.
They call me, and they're curious, right? They're curious teenagers, and apparently I was the guy that
You were the guy.
and they were very comfortable with me. Obviously, we're friends. We live in the same neighborhood, and so the phone call was, "Hey, could you get us some weed?" And I go, "Okay, I'll be by and pick you up." and for me, it was a nightly thing.
It was a regular Tuesday.
You probably got like the experience of getting people high for the first time a lot of times. If you were in high school for that long.
There was a few.
Yeah, it must be. It must be.
So a lot of people have my story.
Yeah. Don't worry, I've seen other kids here in your place like last week.
So anyway, they call me. I go pick them up because they don't have a driver's license. They're not driving. They're not mobile. They're they're taking the bus to school.
They're still 12.
And we pick them up. I pick them up. Actually, it was just me, and I seem to remember I had it on me. I think I had. I usually did.
You definitely had it on.
Yeah, I definitely had it on me. And so I used to hang out at a local, like a bar, but it was like a where the men played cards, like a pool hall, right? Everybody hung out at pool halls at the time. So we park in the parking lot, roll the joint, we smoke the joint in the car, and they instantly lose their mind. They're like, they're like, I can't breathe. Oh my God. And they're just fucking can't move. I say, okay, guys, let's go inside the pool hall.
Zero chance.
Play some video games. Let's hang out. There's video games. There's a pool table. There's sandwiches. You can hang out. You could smoke everywhere at the time. You could smoke anywhere and everywhere. They didn't want to move. They go, we can't move. We can't walk. Please just leave us alone. I said, so I left them in the car. I left them in the car for, I don't know, at least a couple of hours.
Easy.
Yeah.
So this was you and Angelo at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they just sat in my car.
Having the best laughs of our life.
Yeah, I believe it.
We were laughing at the way we're pronouncing words. It was such a funny, great experience.
Yeah. So it was just, and then And then, the rest of the evening was uneventful because I just hung out at the bar like I always do. And they were in my car. I think I popped in a couple times. You're
Just to make
alive,
sure
you
we're
Checking
okay?
they're still breathing.
Yeah. They were fine. They were perfectly fine. And they still talk about it today.
It's over 35 years ago.
Yeah,
We're still
yeah.
talking about it today.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So it was a good experience.
Great experience, yeah.
If there's
And
a
have
first way
you
to do
smoked
it.
with Ralph since?
Yeah. That was 14, 15 years old. We're 50, we're 50
yeah.
now. So yeah, we did numerous times, and it's always a good cackle with Ralph.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
That's hilarious. So Rob, going back, obviously you've been friends with Ralph since way back. So moving forward, you obviously graduate to high school. Ralph's still getting kids high in the car. What was the approach for you? So where do you go now?
In life?
Yeah, so you graduate
Wow,
high
it's
school.
deep. Well,
He's like, fuck, I wasn't ready for
fuck,
that
where do
one.
you know what? I had planned to go to university, and I got accepted into university, and I got rejected from university because I failed a couple classes. So I ended up going to college. I got into computers, as boring as that may sound. But actually,
Where did you get rejected from? I didn't know this.
Ryerson at the time.
Oh.
So I got accepted, and then I failed calculus. People that know me I've heard this story a million times. And then I tried doing night school calculus, failed again. I'm like, I just can't get calculus. It wasn't sinking into my brain. So I was August time frame thinking, okay, what time am I going to do next year? I decided to jump into a college course, take computers, and that actually served me well. I did that for about 7-8 years, and then I went on to start a company, and I've been doing that ever since.
Nice.
So the computers just didn't work out for you, or just
No, I liked computers. Like I had a job for like about.
But when you say
7-8 years.
computers, like what do you mean by computer? Like that's very.
Okay, so no one says computers these days. So back in the day, it was computers.
Okay.
Because computers like desktops were just coming out. People were learning how to build computers, and so I really got into the networking aspect of the IT world. So
He was
So he's a nerd.
He was the fucking nerd of nerds. He looked it, he acted it, he fucking, hey
I'll
Rob,
tell you something.
hey Rob, my email doesn't work. I'll come over and fix
I
it.
feel like saying "fuck you," fix it yourself. I'll tell you that I did not suit the IT world. When I told people I was in computers and IT, I didn't fit that stereotype, not for whatever reason. But I did like it. I had a good career and everything was going smooth. So, but I got an opportunity to start a different company, and that's what I did. And about almost 25 years ago, and I've been doing that ever since. So, like I
What's
said,
that?
everything sort of worked out for me. What's that? So I started.
what's that? Another company, 25 years
Yeah, I
ago.
just did something else about 25. So I started. If I thought IT was boring, the company I started was even more boring than IT. It's a company called New Line Incentives. At the time, it was NLI Solutions, and I had an opportunity to start selling products to all bank programs across Canada. And it started small, and started snowballing over the years to a point where we became like Canada's top company in our industry. And we tried breaking into the U.S. a little bit, but I feel like we're pretty stable in Canada, and it's just what I like about our industry is we have very little competitors. No one knows we exist. If you order a product, let's say from Aeroplan, it shows up at your house, you think Aeroplan actually went out and got that product. Actually, no, there's a whole infrastructure behind that does that for them, and that's who we are.
Okay, I still don't know what you do. But anyways,
Exactly.
Rob's one of those guys, he just dances and dances and dances.
So we buy from them and we sell to them. That's it.
And nobody knows.
And nobody knows that we do that.
Seems a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Long story short, rewards programs.
Got you.
All these point programs,
You're behind it.
you
We're behind
redeem
it, yeah.
points for products.
Yes.
He supplies the product.
why did you say that?
Ralph's the new salesman for it. You know what? It's funny. If we're such a difficult thing to explain. It was like someone asked before Ralph started this. Obviously, is what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an electrician. I have an electrician company. Oh, that's easy. What do you do? I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. Every time someone asks me what we do, it's like a 15-minute conversation.
Yeah,
I'd
No one
love to hear
understands
the
it.
conversation when you explained to your mother that you were getting into this business.
She still doesn't know what I do. She thinks we're air miles. No, Ma, we're not air miles. We sell to air miles.
Okay. Anyways, that's an explanation.
Does that clear the air for you?
Well, no, because all I got out of that is you work with like rewards programs essentially. So like Visa and like all these different.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Okay, that's not exactly it. But yeah,
Just keep going. Whatever. Yeah, that's it.
Gotcha.
It's tough to explain if you're not familiar with the industry, but we essentially buy products, all brand name products from Samsung to LG to Conair to Cuisinart, whatever the product is, and we resell those products to other institutions. It could be bank, it could be marketing companies, it could be retailers, it could be whoever.
And you said the bank is the biggest.
Right now,
Consumer?
the biggest consumer of our products are the loyalty companies. So Aeroplans, Air Miles, RBC Rewards. But we have other segments where we deal direct with companies so they can buy products as well.
So he reps Samsung. That's
Yeah.
one of the products.
Yeah.
If anybody in Ontario or Canada, for that matter, right? Am I
Correct,
wrong?
yeah.
That if they redeem points related to any points program that have Samsung product, he sells it to you.
Wow.
He
Well,
delivers.
you
it to
explain it so much better than I can.
You understand?
Yeah, he breaks it down. He simplifies
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
He's used to explaining things on the job site. So did you?
Yeah.
Detailed, very detailed and slow and concise. I like it.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
We heard, Rob, there is some conversation going around that you're a diehard Leaf fan. Now, is that the case?
Yeah. I'm proud to say it and sort of embarrassed to say it in the same breath. But huge Leaf fan. Our whole family's a Leaf fan. And we always have battles, us and the Cerasuolos, Loretto and his father.
Yeah.
Because my mindset is...
I wouldn't really call it a battle.
No, it's a battle.
Well,
not on the ice. Off the ice, it's a battle. It is a battle.
Off the ice,
the
okay,
ice.
yeah.
Like heated.
Yeah.
So the point is, and I always try to understand it myself, is if I live in Toronto,
Oh, fuck off.
and I've spent my whole life in Toronto,
That's all they got. That's all they fucking
then
got.
I am going to go for all Toronto-based teams. You know,
I agree with
it's
that.
like you have a son. You're not going to go for the best team in the league. You're going to go for the team that he plays for. So I always try to understand Ralph and his family's mindset. Like, did your grandfather come here and stopped in Boston on the way up?
By your mindset, that means I should be I should love I have an Italian culture background, Italian, background. And so I should love soccer and I should only follow the sports that my culture follows, which is, it's not hockey and it's not anything else. So by that mindset, it's like wherever I'm born, if I'm doomed to follow that culture, I'm doomed. So Toronto,
To a certain degree.
So that analogy kind of plays into the analogy of if I hang out with retarded people, I should become retarded and I should accept it. But it doesn't make sense.
No, it's okay. Not to that drastic analogy, but I would say this. You're Italian,
Yes.
and you don't have to love soccer, but when soccer comes on, and Italy's playing Bulgaria,
Okay.
you're not going for Bulgaria because they're
hold
the best
on.
player. You're going for Italy.
Here's a question.
Yes,
Next summer's World Cup.
it is. Yep.
It is in North America.
Yep.
Canada is the host country, one of the host countries, and they are already got to buy into the contest, into the whole tournament, right? Who are you cheering for?
Canada.
You're a loser.
I'll tell you.
I believe
And
it.
that's a lie, by the way. That's a fucking
I was gonna
lie.
say, I don't
You're
believe it.
lying.
No,
You're
I'll
cheering
tell you
for
because
Italy.
Canada was in the last World Cup.
You're not cheering for
And
Canada.
if Canada plays Italy at any stage in the
Okay.
World Cup,
Yeah.
I will cheer for Canada.
No, you won't.
Hold him to
I'm
that.
tired.
I think you would be like torn. Like you
I'd be
wouldn't
a little
stand
bit
up. You
torn.
wouldn't stand, or you would
What do
stand up
you
for
mean?
both
But-
if they
but
split.
hold on,
because I got Italian blood.
By your argument, by your position, there's nothing to be torn about. There's nothing. In fact, you're confused. He's confused. He doesn't know what he's doing.
We're all slightly confused, but I'll tell you.
Okay.
I would go for Italy as well because we're Italian descent. Okay, but
So now
nowhere.
so the rules bend for you.
No, but nowhere in your life does Boston relate. Aside that, Joanna maybe has a cousin that lives there.
Listen.
That is true.
The only thing that I will say, the reason why I follow the Bruins, and I've told you this, is I grew up no different than you to a losing team.
Yeah, I can get that.
And they were a terrible team.
Terrible.
And the Bruins, since that time, have always been a competitive team.
Always.
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 So I listened to my father growing up, and he said, don't hang out with losers. And I didn't.
Wow.
These were losers. So I went to the team that was actually competitive.
Hold on. Did your father actually say that to you?
Yes, he did.
Then I will never bother you again. That is very deep.
Did we just solve something?
I almost wanted to cry there a little bit because your father said something that actually meant something at the time.
That's right.
And you used it. I like it. I'll take that.
Yeah, it's just, you know what? Hang out with people that are better than you. Do things to elevate yourself.
100%. I get it. No problem. I get it.
All right.
But I love the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay? And I love the Toronto Blue Jays. And I love the Toronto Raptors. And I think it stops there because every other team.
Well, there's the MLS.
Yeah, I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
How about the Argos though?
Nah.
Okay,
kind of boring.
again.
No, but I don't like any other team. I just don't follow,
all that.
CFL. I'm not a big
follow.
CFL fan. Sorry
No,
for
but
CFL
by
listeners.
your, let's just say, argument, then you're Canadian. You love Canada.
True, but
you
I
should be not an NFL fan. You should be a CFL fan.
Yeah, you got a point there, but I only have so much love in my body. Like
see, I got
the
you.
Leafs get about 70%
I got
of it.
you. I
Blue
got
Jays got 25% because of the run they did, and the Raptors now
Only
have
so
5.
much love to give.
Only have so much love to give.
Raptors got 5. That's it.
Yeah, in 2019 they had about 75, but but yeah, like the Blue Jays, what a ride that was. That was
heartbreaking.
That was heartbreaking.
that was one of the hardest things I've seen in a long time.
That was. I felt like a Leaf fan, man. I was like, "Fuck, this city's cursed." I left the Rogers Center. I was like, "Fuck this shit." I don't know how you do it every year.
So
Then I
hurt.
left Game 7, and everyone, like, I swear to God, it was like a depression, like. Just
Yeah, it's
like
brutal.
50,000 people just depressed.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, and then you had like the few Dodgers fans that almost got the shit beat out of them.
Yeah, they should have watched themselves.
You know?
If you put all those little intricacies that happened in that game all together, it would never ever happen again.
Yeah.
From game 6,
That was
the
an
ball getting
amazing
stuck in the
series.
wall.
That was
No,
an
it
amazing
was a
series.
great series.
It was an amazing series.
Smith's foot coming off the bag and putting it
Right
right,
back on.
down. Like,
And
just
so-
everything. The two guys smashing in the outfield. Paez.
It was.
it Paez? How you pronounce his name? Catching that ball.
It was
pages. I
one
think it's
like
Pius.
we want to talk about the MLB getting like the best outcome of a World
got it.
Series right to Game 7.
Yeah, it was.
with all the drama, with all the fucking
The Yankees lost in 5 last year.
Yeah,
No, this
And
was a game. Like we won it and we said, you know what? We don't deserve it. You take it.
yeah.
And I think they had more viewers for the World Series than they did for the Super Bowl last year.
I don't know. I didn't
check
Really?
I didn't see that.
Really?
Well, I know
Or
all
maybe
of
I'm wrong.
we got a fact check on that,
we
Hammer.
did. Can we fact check that?
Yeah, fact check that.
I don't know if that's true.
But I know like all of Japan was watching it, obviously, because Otani, and then all of Canada. I mean,
Yeah, you
I'm
had huge
sure
viewers.
And
you know,
US
and,
love baseball.
and then of course the
They
US.
love
Yeah, of
baseball.
course.
I think we were the better team 80% of the series.
think we played
Hold on.
I think we
on
played
paper, definitely not. I think we played better.
We had more hits.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Like I said,
definitely.
on paper, no
the better
chance.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
would say
Jays
they
were
were the
the
better
better
team too.
team,
yeah.
But in
They
the
were the
end,
better team. We
but in
played
the end, when
better,
it came
but,
down to it, better team won.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dude, that Yamamoto. Oh
That
my
guy's an
God,
alien.
man.
Yeah.
I know.
No one talked
What
about
are you
that
supposed
guy.
to do? What are you supposed to do?
But how does he come in Game 7 after pitching
That's
the day
what I
before?
said, man.
And the
Something
2 games
seems
before
wrong
that,
there. They got to
Guy's
check
an-
that
I
guy's
think
ball.
they should
I
drug
said.
test
I said
him.
drug test that guy
absolutely.
immediately.
He pitched 9 innings, 7, and then 2 in the Game 7.
Impossible that happened.
I know. And he was
Yeah, but
still throwing.
have you seen his like not workouts, but
His
he does
prep?
like acrobats and shit. Like he's
in
flexible.
shape. He's
Like
in shape.
no, like he doesn't work out. Like he's like a twig, but he could like bend in really weird ways.
Oh, yeah.
Like his warm up routine is like he does the bridge. He does like some crazy shit. I don't know.
we got to start doing
Was
that.
I
What's the
right there?
fact
Was
check
I
on
right
that?
with that fact?
No, you're very off.
We'll talk about that later.
24 million for the Super Bowl and 51 million for the World Series.
Yeah, but that's just. Oh yeah, well I guess that's Game 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must have. Maybe it was a cumulative or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know there was
probably,
a stat that more people, the same amount of people that watched the World Series was the same amount of people that voted in Canada.
Maybe that was. Maybe that was.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. we'll just go with that. Oh Jesus! You know what's actually a really funny story, and I hate to jump back into it, is that Rob, obviously being a big Leafs fan and, you know, Toronto, him and my dad, there was like a anger, right? And what it was that we took a trip to Boston one year.
Oh dear.
And his daughter was young at the time, and we were all Bruins fans. And so it was dominantly Bruins fans.
Like 8. She was 8 at the time.
Yeah, she was 8. And she ended up buying, my dad bought her a Bruins jersey, a Bruins claw, a Bruins hat.
no.
He was sitting in his stand, the only Leafs fan, and his daughter was wearing a Bruins jersey.
I bought the tickets.
Wow.
I set up the trip. I invited him to go. The Leafs are in Boston. I said, let's go. We'll make a trip out of it. We'll have fun. Our families travel together quite a bit. And we were going to the game, and I stopped at a merch shop, right? And I just grabbed all the kids. I said, don't worry, Rob. And he goes, okay, whatever. I'm not buying shit here. And everybody came out with a jersey, a cap, the big stupid claw.
Yeah,
the big
the
stupid
Bruins
Bruins
claw,
claw.
the Bruins claw.
A puck in hands.
God.
And Mia, his daughter, she was just so influenced by the other kids, which they were like, we're going to Bruins. And then all of a sudden, she's a Bruin fan. She's just like, and he's looking at me like, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. And he says, he goes, if there's anything I'm gonna do in my life is I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna turn your son gay. I'm gonna.
Oh my God, you say that? That's so bad.
There's only one way I get you back.
And I succeeded.
Fuck off.
You know, it took me years and a lot of dollars to convert Mia back to a Leaf fan.
Yeah.
And now she's a Leafs fan.
That game 7, when you guys came back and demolished us, she was cheering when Boston scored in overtime.
She was.
And I was looking at it. I didn't know whether to scream. It was such a bad experience. But anyhow, thank you for doing that, Ralph. That was awesome.
So he basically converted your daughter to a Boston fan. You converted her back, and you converted Loretto as well. But I feel like that was easy.
A lot of conversions.
Yeah. How hard was that process?
That wasn't very hard at all.
What's up, guys? Quick intermission here. If you're enjoying this week's episode of the podcast, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and rate us.
And leave a fucking review too. All right, let's get back to it.
Okay, guys, it's time to do our next segment of the show.
Did you fucking do it already? Hurry up, go do it.
So it's time to build your parlay, Rob. Okay, so I've got 5 hot takes lined up for you. Your job is to pick 3 that you're riding with to build your parlay out of the 5.
All right.
Okay, so the first one is, would you have signed Mitch Marner back to the Toronto Maple Leafs? Okay, or if no one would ever know, you would give Austin Matthews head for a Stanley Cup. So no one would know, but you have to give Austin Matthews head for a Stanley Cup.
No one would know.
No one would know. No one knows nothing.
Nobody watches this podcast.
No one knows nothing. Okay.
Yeah, nobody. Just everybody that watches this podcast. And if they win the Stanley Cup this year, I'm fucked.
Don't worry, that's never gonna happen. So is Matt Sundin the Maple Leafs GOAT? Oasis will never perform live again. And do you think no state tax is unfair? Is an unfair competitive advantage? So if you want, I can restate them again, or do you got them?
Okay, so right away, the no state tax is a unfair competitive advantage.
So you're putting that into the parlay.
100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You want me to refresh your memory?
Yep.
Okay, so Oasis will never perform live again. Matt Sundin is the GOAT for the best Toronto Maple Leaf ever.
Nope.
And if no one would ever know, no one ever knew, you gave Austin Matthews head for a Stanley Cup for Toronto. Think about it. It's not just you, Rob. You're doing it for the city.
The city.
The whole city. Okay?
Do I get to hold the cup on the parade?
No, you do nothing. Your job is to suck dick. That's about it. Okay?
And it doesn't matter if you've already sucked cock.
Exactly. Okay. So maybe you'll do something Matthew's never seen before, or you sign Mitch Marner again.
I hate all those
So you have one so far.
You took one.
You took one. So right now you have the state tax being unfair.
Yeah, definitely. But I hate all of them because I think they're all wrong. I think Oasis definitely will come to town.
You think they're coming back?
Yeah,
They're not
for
going to
sure.
fight again, the Gallaghers?
No, they made too much money. They're smart now. Now they're older. Now
wised up.
they know how to make
Wised
money.
up.
So you're throwing that in your parlay?
Yeah, but if I throw my parlay, that means they're not coming back. So I think they are coming back.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be in his parlay.
Got you.
Yeah, so that's sort of off.
So Matt
I don't
Sundin's
think
the
Matt
best leaf
Sundin was
ever?
the best because I would take Doug Gilmour over Matt Sundin.
Okay.
That's my goat.
So you're left with Marner re-signing.
And I wouldn't sign Marner either. And I really don't want to suck Matthew's cock. So what the fuck am I going to pick here?
Yeah, but what would you do for the Stanley Cup?
I feel like you got to suck Matthew's
Okay,
dick
listen,
here.
I'm just going to say it, okay? No one will think you're a homosexual.
No.
It's you're doing it for a Stanley
You know what?
Cup.
You're doing
tell
it for the city.
I'm not homophobic. I'm not.
Neither am I.
I'm just trying to. You threw that one in there just to make me look bad on this talk show. But okay, this is what I'm gonna pick because I'm just gonna say okay. I'm gonna pick.
He doesn't want to say it.
So you're picking that one.
Okay, I'm gonna sign Marner. Fuck it, I'm gonna sign Marner.
Okay,
You're
you
gonna
need
sign
one
one.
more though. You're at 2. So it's either Matt Sundin's the GOAT or
I'm gonna take Matt Sundin's the GOAT because I know my daughters are gonna watch this podcast.
That's fair.
Fair enough. Okay, so what we have for Rob's side, we have state taxes at unfair competitive advantage. We have Matt Sundin's the GOAT. We know he didn't want to pick that one. And we have, I guess you chose Marner to sign again.
Marner to sign,
Okay.
yeah.
Ralphie,
Yes, sir.
it's on you. So, would you have signed Brad Marchand to a 6-year deal for $6.25 million a year? That's number 1. McDavid won't win a Stanley Cup in Edmonton. Cut one or keep one. Bobby Orr or Gordie Howe. Okay, both in their prime, by the way. When it's all said and done, Mahomes will be the GOAT over Tom Brady. The Bruins won't win a Stanley Cup till 2035. So you need to pick 3
How
of
come he
these.
doesn't have to suck anybody's dick? Why did that get fucking thrown at me?
Hey, listen. When you sponsor the podcast, you can. Okay. Until
It's going to be
then,
analyzed podcast next year.
It's the jacket, Rob.
Thank you, Adam.
okay. So
I like it, though.
Marchand, all day.
So you're signing
You're
Marchand
signing
again.
6
Signing-
years.
Oh,
For 6 years, though.
listen. What can you say bad about this guy? This guy is okay. Never mind. Listen, you want him to retire with the team. He's
still
won
can
you
do
a
that,
Stanley
though.
Cup. You know what I mean? Like I'd give him the money for just loyalty. I'm a loyal guy.
Okay.
all
But is
day-
that a smart hockey play?
Hey, listen.
That's what matters.
Listen, in the end, you can dissect it however you wish. But I'm a big fan. I'm a loyal guy. I can't.
So you're
ignore
throwing
it.
Okay,
Brad
so he's-
Marchand in your parlay.
He's
All day.
signing. He's
All day.
signing Brad Marchand.
All day. All day.
I'll refresh your memory. McDavid won't win a Stanley Cup in Edmonton. Cut one, keep one. Bobby Orr or Gordie Howe. Mahomes will be the GOAT over Tom Brady, and Bruins won't win a cup till 2035.
McDavid will not win with the Oilers.
That is
He will not win.
I like that on
I
Ralphie.
just feel like
So far, Ralph's 2 for 2 there.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the-
You agree with that?
You're
I
talking
agree.
about a guy that is destined for greatness, but they just don't have what it takes to close it out. They're going to lose him after this year. They will. They're going to lose him
Well,
because
they just signed him now for.
they signed him, but it's under the understanding that they're going to build a winner, and if they don't build a winner, you know what happens next? Trade me. I'm out because he
wants to
can
win.
because he gave a hometown discount just to give them the leverage they needed, and if they don't do it, which I don't believe they will,
I don't think so.
I don't think they're going to do it.
Okay.
and it's sad to say, but I believe it.
I want you to look in the camera right now and say,
Which camera are we looking
McDavid
at
will not
anyways?
win a cup.
McDavid will not win a cup in Edmonton. That's what I'll say. And they're going to trade him, and they're going to get a lot for him.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Wherever he ends up, he will win a cup because the guy's just he's got the pull, and he's going to command a big trade on their behalf. So
Edmonton needs a shutdown goalie.
they need a goalie.
That's it. A
They
goalie
need a
that
goalie.
stops pucks when he has
Yeah.
to stop a puck.
And
yeah.
nobody is going to trade with them. Nobody's going to give him the goalie because, especially in the West, forget it.
Done.
they still went to 2 Game 7s.
They
Stanley
did.
Cup
No,
finals.
last year it wasn't Game
because
7.
it was Game 6?
I think last year was Game 6.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Because of McDavid.
Or it
and
could have been Game
Draisaitl.
5.
And
Yeah.
Draisaitl.
And
Yeah.
it's not enough.
You're right.
It's not enough.
You're right. You're right. Okay, so we have 2. Right now we have Marchand signing. We have McDavid won't win a Stanley Cup. We need one more, Ralph. So we're either going to cut one, Bobby, or cut one, keep one, Bobby Orr or Gordie Howe. Mahomes will be the GOAT over Tom Brady when it's all said and done. And the Bruins won't win a cup until 2035. I think one of these is really easy.
Yeah, the easy one is
Cut Gordie Howe, keep Bobby Orr.
no. Leave the Bruins out of it because it's those are long shots and not worth talking about.
I'm thinking the Bruins one.
I'm taking
Mahomes won't be the GOAT.
Mahomes
Mahomes
be
will
better
be
than-
the GOAT.
will be.
Over Tom Brady.
I think he's young enough and talented enough, and they got a winning organization. They're going to continue to spend money.
Wow, that's a tough one. That's tough.
And you know what?
I think this is the
I
year
know-
that Allen beats Mahomes in the playoffs.
Hell no. That won't ever happen.
No.
You know what? They have a good team. They got a good team.
I'm a Chiefs
I
fan.
hate this Bruins Kansas City pro.
You got a Chiefs fan right
I'm
here.
a Chiefs
Oh,
fan.
are you? All right.
I'll take
it.
Mahomes. Like the kid is young and
Yes, he is.
and he's already got 2 under his belt.
Yes, he does.
And like we're talking about a guy that like that organization is behind him, and they got the bones to do it.
I agree with that.
Have a drink. Have a drink, and then I want you to look at the fucking camera and tell him that you think Mahomes is gonna be better than Tom Brady. I want you to say with your
I think
fucking
that's
chest.
impossible.
I will say that.
You can say that. I
No,
can't
no,
say that.
I'm with him.
You're irrelevant right now.
I'm with him.
Tell the camera right now that you think Mahomes is gonna be the GOAT over Tom Brady.
Listen, it's a long shot, but
I
I believe
wouldn't
in the
say that.
kid. I believe, let's say, like Brady, who saw Brady coming, and to see that greatness in that short, like in this era, still happen. Come on, like you got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely.
He's shown his stuff.
Say
He
it with your
knows-
fucking chest. Tell the camera. Say I got Mahomes being better than Brady.
Okay, you're offended. I get it. You're a Brady fan. I'm a Brady fan. Who isn't the Brady?
Everyone's
because
a
you're from
Brady
Boston,
fan.
I'm sorry.
No, hold
Yeah.
on. If you like the sport, you respect Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I like Tom Brady. Everyone likes Tom Brady.
sure.
But the thing is he's man enough to admit that Mahomes could be better, and I don't disagree
I
with
don't
that.
think so. I don't think so. I don't think if Mahomes went to another team that was sort of a subpar team.
Mahomes is the team. You understand? If you take Mahomes out of
I
that's
know,
a
but
bottom
say
5 team in the
how
NFL.
Tom Brady ends up going to Tampa Bay and winning a Super Bowl there. Like,
That
how
team
the-
was stacked. That team was
yeah,
stacked.
but it's still Brady that drove that team.
I'm not
for
gonna-
sure, for sure.
Yes, but you
didn't
want
win
to talk
before
about the
him.
stacked Patriots?
Okay, man, this is you're diving in. Okay, don't rip apart my Patriots. Okay,
No. I'm just saying if you take, and I guarantee you, no one will disagree with me. If you take Mahomes off Kansas City, you have a washed up Patrick Mahomes. Our defensive line's going down. We're old. We're banged up. Well, we're not. Well, not really banged up, but
no, you guys bang people up.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, if you take Mahomes, we're a bottom 5 team in the NFL, and that's a fact.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, well,
Let's move on.
Nice parlays, guys. Okay, it's break time. All right, it is time to build your goal. Rob, this is up to you now. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 4 categories. You got mindset, athleticism, clutch factor, and trash talk. I want you to pick one athlete, but you cannot repeat the same athlete. Build your version of the GOAT.
So mindset,
Mindset. Could be anyone.
maybe Michael Jordan mindset.
Okay. Athleticism. Who are you going with?
Wow. I'm gonna say Bo Jackson.
Okay.
It's probably one of the
Was
best.
it on Juice?
No, not Bo Jackson.
Okay.
That's the guy who hurt his hip, but he was like top football player, top baseball player. They always say he was one of the best athletes that ever existed was Bo Jackson.
Okay. Fair.
So athleticism, I say Bo Jackson.
Okay.
Hold on. You're throwing these at me and I'm answering really fast. So the first one I said was Michael Jordan.
Michael
Yeah,
Jordan
mindset.
and Bo Jackson for athleticism. You got clutch factor and trash talk left.
I'm gonna say clutch factor. And it's
Who's the
sort of-
most clutch athlete you could think of? Like,
Okay.
it could be in any sport, whether it's fighting, whether it's hockey, baseball, hockey.
I have 2 in my mind,
basketball.
and one is I'm gonna say Brad Marchand, which like just the way
Clutch.
what he did for Florida last year was
Clutch.
it was crazy.
Hey, I'm not going to be opposed to
I
it.
know, I hate to admit it,
I
but
can think of 10 better, but go on.
I'm gonna say Kawhi Leonard
Kawhi Leonard is what, your clutch?
as my clutch. The guy
Okay.
who came into Toronto, who couldn't win a championship year after year, couldn't go anywhere.
He literally has a
comes
chip.
on board, bang, like that was an exact description of a clutch player.
You're
was,
right.
Was Kawhi Leonard at the time in 2019 with Toronto. And then
Trash talk. You got trash talk.
Yeah, it's got to be UFC fighter
Connor.
Conor McDavid. Not Conor McGregor.
McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
That might be the
McGregor.
goat.
Just crazy, in your face.
Yep.
And I don't watch too much fighting because usually a lot of fighting it involves a lot of the trash talk. But from what I've watched, Conor McGregor is definitely the trash talk guy.
Best of
Okay,
all
so
time.
let's break down this athlete right now. We got the mindset of Michael Jordan, the athleticism of Bo Jackson,
Yeah.
the clutch factor of Kawhi Leonard, and the trash talk of Conor McGregor.
Okay.
That's a pretty good.
That's not bad.
It's a pretty good athlete. If we were to build him,
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Let's head over to Ralph.
Ralph. What do you got here? Let's start off with mindset. The mindset of the best athlete you could think of.
Okay, leave mindset aside.
Okay,
Let
let's
me think
go-
about it a little further. The athleticism, I would take Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Jordan, we're talking about like
I agree with that.
Okay.
we were spoiled in our generation to have, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, Joe Montana. Like we're talking about like a lot of athletic superstars. And Jordan was bar none, like nothing you'll ever see again, ever. We're talking about a guy that changed not only the sport, the league, everything up. Okay. So, and yeah, big fan of Jordan.
Okay.
Okay.
So you want to go to clutch factor now, or you want to go trash talk? What do you want to do?
Clutch factor, Tom Brady. Talk about a guy that
Facts.
like
I agree with that.
Facts.
That's mine.
that talk about a guy that the 7 Super Bowls and countless like reels like that you would never imagine. The guy was second to none.
Best
Him.
comeback in
He's
Super
him.
Bowl history.
He's him.
Yeah. Right?
Tom Brady.
Yes.
sir, against
Yep.
Atlanta.
That was
Yeah.
Super Bowl 3 for him or 4?
I think that was the fourth one for him against
Fourth,
Atlanta. Yes.
Fourth, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Atlanta would have been the fourth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other
And then
category?
Kelsey's- Yeah.
We got trash talk and mindset left.
Trash talk, like McGregor. Come on.
Yeah.
Like nobody
Yeah.
tops this guy.
Yeah,
this
you
guy,
can't.
This guy's
I gotta
disgusting.
agree with both you guys on
This,
that.
the guy's
This-
disgusting. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
he just fucking he sells it every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and no one could out shit talk
No.
McGregor.
No.
Like
No.
no matter like I
Holding
talked
his
about
bottle
it.
of scotch in his hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
You-
ripping people apart.
I talked about it a little bit earlier, not on this podcast, but with a friend of mine, and it was just like the guy broke his fucking leg. It snapped in half. Okay, and he's sitting in the octagon. He lost his fight, and he looks at the fighter and he goes, "Your wife's in my DMs." And he's talking shit. He just lost a fight. His leg is
His leg's
snapped,
broken.
and he's talking shit.
Yeah.
And he's saying your wife's DMing me.
And this is like
just
Dustin Poirier. This is a really good
yeah,
fighter.
it was Poirier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, he doesn't stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't stop the guy.
Can't shut it off on that guy.
Okay, you got mindset left. What mindset you taking?
You can't
Mindset.
repeat.
Can't.
Listen,
Yeah,
man.
no repeat on athletes.
Someone that we probably don't talk a lot about in North America, Messi. Talk about like one of the greats.
I like
that.
Yeah.
He
I like that
you know,
take.
like just redefined sports, the soccer game, and even when they talk about him like he's he didn't win a World Cup. He won it when he was in his he's in his mature.
Later in his career.
Later
yeah.
in his career. And if you watched it, and most of us did, we're talking about a guy that like just, like mindset, just focused, playing in a game like most sports with young guys.
Yeah.
And rose to the occasion and he fucking closed it out. In like second to none fashion.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
a pretty athlete right there.
Yeah, it is.
Guys,
Messi,
I
of
want
course.
you to comment who you think has the better goat, Rob or Ralph. We want to know who you think built the better goat.
I think Ralph did.
Yeah.
I think Ralph taught me on that one. I like my choices, but
Where did you go wrong? Like what was it?
well, I picked Kawhi because
I knew that, yeah.
because I'm biased that he won that championship with
I'll
Toronto.
tell you where you went wrong.
Tell
right?
me.
You let your emotions come into your decision making, and
But I do that every day,
you
Ralph.
feel abused by Marchand. You know, like, this is a guy that although you never played hockey with him, he fucking raped you. He took up. He dismantled you like a man. the man that you were. You're not a man anymore because of
Marchand.
Because of Marchand. It's all because of Brad Marchand.
You know what?
The guy eating Dairy
hold
Queen
on,
in
hold
between
on.
fucking periods.
You should just be thankful that I actually brought him up
He
in this
did.
podcast.
He did.
He did.
That's
Yeah,
You chose
I
him.
gave
You
you
did
credit.
choose
Yeah,
him.
I'll give
Yeah,
you
he
credit.
did.
I thought he was
Yeah.
crazy for that.
You know
Yeah.
what? And I respect you.
Thank
for
you
that.
very much.
Yeah,
I
that
wasn't
was-
going to bring him up. I go, I gotta sort of pay this where it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
No,
And-
but listen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
yeah, what he did for Florida last year, like that guy always
Oh my
steps up,
God.
playoff steps up.
Yeah, yeah.
Comes on that team where with a bunch of Florida players that hated him,
Yeah.
right? He got knocked in the face, knocked out by Bennett the year before,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like,
And he's- and now he's
he
part of the
and he
family.
was scoring goals on
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. He's
ugh, I hated him.
He's fantastic. He's
I
fantastic.
hate him.
But you still brought him up, which is respect.
Yeah, I would have
That's
signed
respect.
him too. I would have signed him too
Which-
for the 6 years.
You know what? You would have too, eh?
No, 100%.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you think the
clutch
questions
player.
were easier for Ralph than it was you?
Ralph, because he's not a real sports guy, I feel that it was a little easier for him because he doesn't play with emotions. But for me, it was a little bit emotions involved. But you know, I like the questions. They were very, very.
Yeah, but
thoughtful.
Rob, we gotta touch back on like, yeah, we're talking about the Florida Panthers right now. I feel like that your question about the luxury tax or no state tax.
Yeah, no state tax.
I feel like that was towards
Yeah,
the
because
Panthers.
it is really an unfair advantage. Like a lot of players, a lot of the southern states are capturing these players, whether it's Vegas and Florida.
and Tampa too.
Yeah, but
well,
listen,
all
the
of
only thing I will
Florida-
say to that is we're not talking about something that just started a year ago.
That's true.
This has been existing in Florida for many
It has been, but-
many years.
but
we're
the
talking
last-
about probably, don't quote me because I couldn't tell you exactly when. 20 years, 15 years,
Yeah,
at
but
least.
you can't.
20 years.
But the
You-
problem is because salaries are getting higher and higher and higher now. Those advantages are a little bit more prevalent now. Before
Yeah.
it was like people were making $3 million, $4 million a
Like
year.
Marshy-
What about
Salary cap-
Texas? What about Texas?
Yeah, Texas as well.
The same thing, though.
Dallas,
But they have-
Dallas
but they-
has some
Well,
great
hold up,
players.
though.
But they
Hold
haven't
up.
won a cup.
Marshy would not have signed 6 years in Boston. He wouldn't have because he hit the goal. Right? Quote me if I'm wrong, Kyoto. He hit the goal of the money that he wanted to get because he's able to take like per year. So let's just say he gets 6.25 a year. Right? He
No, it was
might
more
have
than
asked-
that. It was
No, it
more
wasn't.
than-
No,
yeah,
it wasn't.
come on.
No, it wasn't. He makes 6.25 a year for 6 years though. In Boston, he asked for more money, but for a short amount of time.
Listen, there's a lot of factors that go into decision making. Everybody that, especially mature guys that have been around and they know, let's say you got families, you're thinking about your future and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I want to go to a warm state. I want to go to a contender. And, there's a dollar figure, there's this, there's that. There's so many factors. But one thing for certain, the guy is a competitor. The guy wants to fucking win. He wants to win.
And he
he
did.
looks and it's in his conference, the conference that
He
he's
didn't
played.
want to leave Boston.
He didn't want to leave Boston.
Did you see him crying at that when he went back
That
to
was
Croatia?
sad. That was fucking sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I watched that video,
Yeah.
it kind of hit me.
Yeah, for sure it's gonna hit you. Anytime you see a grown man cry, it hits me too.
Yeah.
The truth is if they want to make it a fair, competitive league, and Gary Bettman wants these southern states to be winning teams because they're drawing more viewership and TV contracts, but truthfully is you need to have it at a level playing field.
Right.
So if it costs Florida a certain amount of money to sign these players, Toronto needs to have 20% more to sign the same amount of players. So they should actually have it as an after-tax salary cap. So if your salary cap, whatever the tax bracket is, it is. Hey, but if we won the cup last year, I would give a fuck. Who cares about the salary cap?
All I hear bitch talk. I hear
You're right.
fucking.
You got it.
I just hear,
know.
we're never gonna win. So everybody's against us. Everybody, listen.
Hold on. We
You
talked
win.
about the Blue Jays earlier, right?
Yeah.
But not one of us mentioned the fact that there is no salary cap in baseball.
You're right.
And the Dodgers are able to pay out of their ass for these players.
$350 million.
Yeah, and hold up though. We didn't mention that. We just said we got unlucky. We didn't mention the fact that the Dodgers are able to pay all these people, but teams like the Jays, Baltimore, they're not able to pay these guys. The Yankees, yeah, they can pay. They can
Well,
pay.
Toronto can
Dodgers,
pay.
they
Their
pay.
salary cap is, I don't know the exact number, but the Dodgers were $350 million and the Blue Jays are $250
I
million.
think it's probably a third or
Yeah,
a
but
little more
hold on,
than a third.
that's only
two-thirds.
because of the Vladdy contract. That's only because of the Vladdy
Sure.
contract.
But
And that's
Rogers-
only because we didn't want to lose Vladdy. But without Vladdy, the money does not
Small
does not
market
add
teams
up.
in baseball will have trouble beating
Exactly.
teams like Los
and
Angeles.
there is no salary cap in baseball, which is a big problem in the MLB right now because of the Dodgers. Yeah, they went back to back.
pockets, deep
And-
pockets.
And people are now saying like, yeah, sure, you went back to back. You could pay these fucking guys however much you fucking want.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
Who's
True.
not going to say no to a $700 million contract?
Yep.
No
Not
shit,
me.
Ohtani said no to Toronto. We couldn't
Yeah.
pay him that money.
Bird Bunny too.
See?
Paid from 2040 to 2050.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's getting paid. He's getting paid when he won't even be playing.
Yeah, it is a problem, but I don't care. I just want to see a Toronto team
Rob,
win.
let me ask you a question here. Would you rather lose Vladdy on the Jays or lose Matthews on the Leafs?
Wow.
One has to go.
Wow, good question.
He's
I would
got to
s-
say he's
You
got to
gotta
lose
say
No, I'm going to
Vladdy.
say I'd rather see Matthews leave the Leafs. than
Thank
Vladdy.
you.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Where?
you. That's
Yeah,
a
I'll tell you.
thank you. I agree with
I'll
that.
tell you.
There.
Matthews is a good goal scorer, but he needs a great player to play with, where Vladdy can lead a team. I do love the Leafs. I think the problem with Marner leaving, even though I feel like he's not a good playoff player, is Marner drives a line. You can put Marner on the first, second, third line, maybe not the fourth.
You think
third
he's going to
line.
win a cup?
No. What I'm saying, he can drive a line.
No, but do you think he's going to win a cup?
with Vegas, 100%.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, because he's not one
He
or
is.
two on the team.
Yeah.
Right. He's that guy who can drive the team. He can drive a line. Matthews, I'm finding after this year, he's not a line driver.
After this year.
Give me a break.
It's
After this
fucking
year.
9 years, man.
Okay, but he was always great.
No. Don't say great. Don't say great.
He was good in the regular season.
You know, regular season?
He was great in the regular season.
Regular season.
He was. He's a 100 point
listen,
player.
Listen, he
He scored
performs.
69 goals in a year. That's
Listen.
That's big.
Where it counts is in the playoffs.
for sure.
That's it.
That's why we made that change. That's why we got rid of Marner, because we needed that $14 million to sign somebody else that's going to make a difference.
I will say it right now. Matthews will not win a cup. He will be one of those players, regardless of where he plays. He does not have that clutch factor. Doesn't have that je ne sais quoi. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that
know
guy.
French.
He just doesn't have it. He's a great hockey player, but when it counts, he doesn't show up. And 9 seasons, you disappear. We've seen it 100 times.
Yeah, so I feel like I did have my hopes set high that McDavid didn't sign with Edmonton until recently.
You thought he was
You
going to
thought he was
Toronto.
gonna
Oh my God, all the stars are lining
every
up.
other Leaf fan on the world.
We did. All the stars are lining up. This guy's not.
He's coming. He's coming.
And why does he
You
go sign
thought the
2 years?
savior was coming.
I did. And that guy, he could have signed with Toronto next year. That we would have been a force to be reckoned with for sure.
So how do you think the Leafs are now with Marner being gone? The team currently, do you think you guys are playoff contenders?
We're playoff contenders. I don't think we're Stanley Cup contenders.
What do you mean play? Like you think you're
Same
going
I
to
think
the
we can get
second
to the
round?
playoffs. I think we can do the same
they're gonna
thing.
make the playoffs.
Unless we have some sort of chemistry realignment. I feel like the team's there's not much chemistry with the
They're
team
a
right
trade
now.
away.
But
You're
there may be
saying
a trade
they're
away.
a trade away from doing something special.
Yeah.
But can they pull it off if they
I
have
don't
the
know.
balls to do it?
I don't see them winning a Stanley Cup with this team that they're playing on the ice.
No,
right
not
now.
not as
Wow.
it is. Not as it is.
No.
They just listen.
They played about 12, 13 games so far, and every game it seems like shambles.
You know who they remind me of?
Mm.
The San Jose Sharks. They got a lot of great pieces. They don't got the pieces to win.
Well, they're still young. They don't have many pieces right now.
They're getting older. Not that they're old, but
But again, I feel like the Leafs need one or two guys to sort of bring the chemistry together. We'll see how they are, but hopefully that in the next few months that the general manager Trevin could actually do something.
all right. Okay, guys, moving on from the shitty Leafs and all that talk. I want to hear something that is going to shock both Adam and I, but also everyone listening.
Wow.
Some story that you got that's between you two that's got to hit. It's got to hit somewhere.
Unseen,
I know you
untold.
got 1,000 of them.
Okay,
There's a
so
few.
how many can we actually say on this camera?
not many.
Not many. But I have one. I have one that's sort of like it's funny because it just shows the mindset of a man in certain situations. Okay.
Oh God.
So Ralph turned 40, which was 13 years ago. And he arranges a trip for all us to go down to Vegas. And he wants to stay at the Hard Rock.
and it's
because-
the first trip to Vegas.
do you know
with
what
all
this
his
is
boys.
already?
I do.
yeah. So
We've never been to Vegas together.
Before this trip.
Before this
So
trip.
first time you guys went to Vegas.
probably.
Gotcha.
It took you guys till 40 years old to go to Vegas.
You know what? You know the crazy thing about our generation, travel. We traveled.
No, I'm sorry. This is the second time we went. Because we went before I was married. And we
How
had
was
gone
that
down to
one?
Vegas to the Hard Rock. And you brought us down to the Hard Rock.
Oh, that was the first trip.
That was the first trip.
That was the first trip.
Okay,
that was,
so this is the second trip.
this is
A second trip of some
oh, because
of sorts.
because the first one was the bachelor party. Right?
Could have been. Yeah.
No, I don't think
I was
so.
in my late 20s.
No, when did Angie
Okay,
get
so
married?
this is like the third time?
Holy, how many trips?
I think it was like the 15th time we went to Vegas. All right, so whatever time it was.
So
Memory's a little
Ralph's,
foggy.
this is Ralph's 40th.
Ralph's 40th.
Okay.
And a bunch of us go down. He arranges this beautiful room at the Hard Rock because he loves the Hard Rock. They have amazing beach parties there around their pool. And it was one day, and we're all sitting around this couch.
Oh, wait. Getting ahead of yourself.
I may be.
Okay. So my birthday's in June. We're trying to swing a trip and, sell it to the girls, and we're going because it's Ralph's 40th and so on and so forth. So I'm driving it. And I'll hand it off to you. But
Yeah, I'm waiting for the handoff.
So, like I said, my birthday's in June. So, what made sense at the time was to go down for May 2-4. It was a long weekend, and
Makes sense.
and it's like, hey, everybody can get the time off, get the extra day, and hey, man, like, I don't know, like it's a holiday in Toronto, Canada. Who gives a shit about the States? We're going. It's Vegas, and it's Memorial Day weekend in Vegas or the U.S. That's the long weekend,
All right.
and I want to stay at the Hard Rock because it's just the place to be.
That's a
and-
good vibe. They had a good vibe.
Like,
at Hard Rock.
just a party hotel.
For sure.
And they're coming back on the Strip, by the way. They're reopening on the Strip. It's going to be fantastic again. But anyway, and just so happens that I can't remember who it was at the time, but it was a rapper. And they had a big concert and they were booked at the Hard Rock. We had no idea. We had no idea.
Is this your handoff now?
Yes.
That may be true. It may be true. I don't remember that. I don't remember the rapper, but I remember there was a huge,
it was a rapper.
huge party. Yeah, you're
It
right.
was a
huge
rapper.
parties
It-
going on around the pool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is at the rapper's thing.
So number
Or
one, the
what-
weekend. It's a long weekend in the U.S.
So
too.
it's just-
And
it's booming.
It's
Yeah.
booming.
We didn't
there.
expect
Okay.
it to be, and we go there. And
So
it's
we
fun.
go to the pool one day. The first day we get there, And you know, we're in shape, but we're not in the best shape. And around this pool is like everybody that's in shape, right? So like these muscle guys and girls in thongs, and everyone's hammered, having a great time. And we just felt like 6 or 7 guys like sitting at the edge of our pool, just like not fitting in. But anyhow, aside from that, so we're in our condo, had a great few days, and we're sitting down, and there's about 6 of us, and we all sort of did well in life, and we're trying to figure out like a nice way to give back to the community.
Well, you were.
Yeah, I was heading the conversation.
Everybody's drinking.
Yeah,
everybody's drinking.
I was heading the conversation.
So I rented. I got a suite in the Hard Rock, and the suite was 2,500 square feet, 3-bedroom.
Yeah, like pool table.
Yeah,
It's
pool
awesome.
table, bar, like
Nice.
yeah, VIP.
Gotcha.
VIP.
So we're all sitting around, and it's like midday, and we probably were hungover, and we're talking about how we're going to give back to the community. So we're trying to come up with ways to like raise money, have like events, golf tournaments, whatever it was. We're trying to figure it out. And Ralph is leaning over the balcony window, having a cigarette. And while we're talking, all we hear is, guys, there's a wet t-shirt bikini contest going on right now. And we all jumped out of our seats, stopped mid-conversation to jump to see what the hell's going on in this window.
Nothing else mattered. The world, all the like this guy. But it was
the fact is,
Rob's having this moment. He's like, guys, we gotta help. We gotta help people because he's talking about everybody giving a shit about people, but Rob's having a moment. He's like having like he's
I was having a feel deep moment. I was feeling deep there.
Hey man, I'm feeling a little fucking metrosexual. I need.
Always has to go there, doesn't it?
He just wanted to give back.
The
give
point
back.
is,
He's like, guys, what do I do something? And I'm like, what the fuck's this guy talking about?
the fact
I'm wandering, and get a drink, and I look over, and we're overlooking the pool, and the reason why I bring up it was a rapper cut. There's an abundance of black people because it's a rap concert, right? There's a lot of white people, but there's more black people, and it's cool. It's all cool, right? And there's all these big booty girls, and it's a wet t-shirt contest.
It was a wet t-shirt contest. So the fact is, so we jumped up and we all went to the balcony, and then we all stopped for that split second and looked at each other and just started laughing, saying, "Look at us pathetic losers." 2 seconds ago, we're talking about saving humanity.
Saving humanity.
And you talk about girls' nipples through a t-shirt, and we were at the balcony. Nothing else mattered. So that was actually a real funny experience.
Yeah.
You guys just dropped everything about giving back to the community.
Stop.
Just for nipples through a t-shirt.
Nobody gave a shit about the community at that point.
So was it a real feeling, or it was just like
It's
at the time, it was a real
It was just
feeling.
him.
No, it wasn't.
It was
We're all
more,
sort of
it was just him
feeling
talking.
it.
Everybody's just listening. It was
I
like,
feel like you probably had a little soft spot in yourself.
No,
So
no,
it was
no.
just Rob going on about just giving
God,
back.
Rob is like Rob has this like Rob's done really well for himself, and like he said, everybody's done well. But Rob was one of these guys. He like took it to a level that no one ever expected. Right?
Everyone thought I was an idiot the whole time.
And so he's having this moment of, hey man, I'm doing so good. You guys should join me. It was like, dude, we're having a good time. We're in Vegas.
We're in Vegas at the
We're
Hard
in
Rock.
Vegas. We're having a good time. What are you talking?
Yeah.
No one wants to say it. No one wants to say it.
Yeah.
But then I look out the window and I go, okay, perfect moment to let's change the conversation. And he was.
So wait, Rob, what? Giving back to the community. What were you
why
planning?
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something.
What were you
now?
planning on doing though?
Okay,
like
so
going to the
when you're
bar,
sober, you think about your everyday things. You're very routine. I got to do this next, this. But when you're drunk, sometimes you just sort of like you look inside. You sort of feel something. You feel a little bit more emotional than you would normally feel. So it just hit me at that moment.
I get that part where like like a drunk
hold
moment
on.
hits
Don't
you.
let
but
Ralph fool you. It wasn't just me talking and everyone wanted to get the hell away from me.
I'm totally
People were
with you.
throwing up ideas. We were all
Okay, so
talking
this
about
was a
things.
team.
But
It was a team building
my
experience.
thing is, what
building.
were these ideas? Like, what were you gonna do?
You're asking me now. I don't even remember what I was talking about 10 minutes ago.
No, but
There was
like,
no ideas.
So
There was
it
no
was
ideas.
a give back to the community, right? You're thinking, hey, now's a good time to brainstorm some things,
Exactly. Yeah.
what we should give back.
Correct.
And then you have the wet T-shirt competition.
There's people suffering right now.
Okay.
Because we stopped what we were talking about to watch titties.
All right.
People could be saved right now if we came up with something.
You know what I'm thinking? They're a little disappointed in the story. They were hoping for something a little more juice.
No, there's
They were
there's
looking
no
for-
juice.
They're looking for a little more meat and potatoes.
So did you guys go down to the pool, or you guys just from the
just
balcony?
looking at the balcony.
We
like
didn't
a
go
bunch
down
of
to the
creeps.
pool because we're all
Immediately
scared.
after that moment, right? We all grabbed our shit, grabbed some money. We went to the strip bar, and we spent the rest of the afternoon in the strip bar.
There we go.
And there was your moment. There was your
giving back
we
the
go.
community.
You know what?
So-
Well, you know what? We're gonna
And
give.
cut.
We're gonna go give back to the less fortunate that just happened to work in
Yeah,
in
we are going
Entertainment.
to help
Entertainment.
them. We're going to help them get through university. It's us. They have degrees because of us today.
Say, hey guys, how about we go to the strip bar? Wrap it up. Let's go. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
So your golf tournament, your charity, all that plans, all the investment went to strippers.
It did at the time.
Okay.
But today, between what Ralph does and what we do every day and every week, actually, we raise money and we donate weekly to all these local charities that are in our own backyard. That's our
Yeah.
big focus.
And that's huge, right? You give back because you guys can, and you appreciate the fact of where you came from, and you're helping the next generation get to, help them get to that next level, whether it's a donation or teaching the young
Now
youth.
hang on now.
No.
Hang on now.
You want to rip it back?
Hang on now. Before we dive into the community and all that, hang on. Now, are the strippers better in Vegas, or is it? So what's going on? Wait, no. Hang on. Yeah, we'll dive into that. The strippers in Vegas. Now, would you say they're more better entertainers than any? Would you say Vegas is the place to go? If
You
you're
know what? I've never been. That's a question over there.
now
Good answer.
Now back to happen up with the
Ralph
community.
knows this question better than anybody I know.
Wow. If you could define throwing under the bus, that's defined. That's it right there.
That's a good question.
Yeah, but all jokes and all, I know you guys personally, but I do know you guys do that, and it is awesome. And honestly, it's not talked about enough that the youth generation right now, and to be honest with you, a lot of people right now are left with so many different questions of they don't want to work the 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to just work for someone, and there's a lot of opportunities with social media and stuff like that where they want to elevate themselves and build a platform. But I think the problem that they're having is that understanding that you have to put in a lot of work,
Yeah.
right? And you guys been doing this for your whole life, or a quarter of it.
For sure.
And it's that, I think that's where they struggle the most, and for you guys to help it, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
think.
Listen. Nothing's changed from when we were kids to your generation and anybody coming up.
It's just different opportunities.
It's just different opportunities.
Yeah.
The market is wide open, and I hate when I hear guys my age say things like today's generation, and they criticize, right? Because the same conversations were happening when I was your age, and my dad and their generation were criticizing us. It's just an easy way to just say, you know what? They don't work like we do. They don't hustle like we do. And the truth of the matter is, the hustlers of every generation represent a very small percentage of the population of that generation. And, you have to identify what it takes, what work you're going to want to put into it to be in that 2%, because that's what it is, right? there's always, it's a numbers game. Every generation is a numbers game, because there, out of 100% of people, only 2 people will represent the higher echelon of people that drive the economy, that drive the business, that drive the success stories and all the rest of it. And then there are the soldiers that follow their behind. So like, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. And,
So I think the reluctancy of successful people like yourself that do not want to pass the torch is a big problem. So, for example, you've done well, you've created these great companies, and you're sort of passing the torch to your son, to relatives, to take on that legacy for you and keep it moving. A lot of people, especially in our generation or older generations, want to keep a hold onto that, which doesn't allow the next generation. Like, if we work,
happens a lot.
Yeah, like we want to give them a head start.
Yeah,
we want to make sure that they can take what we've built or what a successful business partner has built and bring it forward.
Right.
And I think that's a big problem. I think we have to learn how to pass the torch and groom the next generation of young people to take over and move forward.
Yeah,
So,
no, you gotta listen. If anything you can do in this life is, obviously, first and foremost, take care of yourself, take care of your family, elevate the people around you. But then, if you can give back, and you can inspire or uplift anybody around you to understand what you do and give back in any way, like it's in you to give it, right, and to share it, like you said. So, but
you look very sexy sitting in that chair today.
Now we're on a positive vibe here. Listen, I'm gonna ask you guys something that you probably heard 1,000 times on social media. But what is, like, you both said it very well in the sense of, like, this generation of what's going on. But what would you tell the version of your younger self, or to the younger generation,
I was just going to ask the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a very
see, it's
good
just to
question.
elevate yourself, and maybe it doesn't relate, or it does relate to what you would do back then. But in today's day and age, what would you tell the younger generation to get to the places you guys are today?
If I had to say one message, it would be get off social media and stop being lazy. That's the
Straight
biggest
up.
thing.
Very good.
Straight up, yeah. I think we didn't have that as we were growing up.
No.
And we had to do things for ourselves. Jobs at a very young age, like odds and ends, minimum wage jobs, which sort of give you that appreciation for everyone. Like when you go to a grocery store and you see someone stocking the shelves, you're appreciative that person's there stocking the shelves for us to grab product or food. And growing up, working these entry level jobs, you sort of feel that, like at this age now, like it gave me that work ethic to do something. Like I see a lot of young people now just so focused on their phones and so focused on social media that they're not going out there and actually getting their hands dirty and working hard. And I think that's very important for our youth to be doing that now.
Beautifully said.
Thanks, Adam.
I would say, wasn't that beautiful? But anyway,
I thought it was
pretty
good.
good. It was pretty good.
I thought it was good.
It's pretty good.
Because there's a lot of people that fall in that category.
But this is what I would say, and this speaks to any generation. This speaks to my generation before me, the generation in front of me. The biggest problem that most people, let's say, shy away from is the fear to make a mistake. They have this, like everybody looks at anybody coming up, and they're quick to criticize and say, this guy, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's wasting his time. Whether you're starting a school or you're starting you're jumping into this geek from high school jumps into a an incentive program that nobody even knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, who's he
You know,
talking about?
Like we're talking, like, you know, in a business that you're like, what are you doing? What a loser! Oh my god, what a waste of time. Anyway, those are the conversations that happen all the time, and the point is, you shy away from risk. You shy away from the fear that you're gonna fuck it up. You're gonna drop the ball, right? People ask me all the time. They say, you know, do you have any regrets? Regrets. I've done a lot of stupid things. I've done a lot of retarded things, and everything that I've done in my past has led me to where I am today. You know, if I'd made a mistake that was totally unrelated to work, it was a social mistake. I'm out with my friends and I do something stupid and I get into trouble and whatever the case, right? But you learn from it, because the biggest lessons in life are the failures, right? And you hear these celebs and these big guys that have made it big and they've done like extremely well. They've failed hundreds of times.
And nobody talks about it.
And nobody talks. All they remember is like, oh, he had it easy. Oh my God, he you know, he did that, he did this, and it just happened for him. No, he fell 100 times. You learn from those mistakes. And people are afraid to make the mistakes. But the mistakes in life are what make you who you are today.
It's the biggest lesson.
The biggest lesson. You
The
know,
thing is, mistakes now, mistakes before, no one knew about.
No.
Mistakes now, everybody knows
Everybody
about.
knows about.
And I would say that's an issue though, because people it's the fear.
It's fear
of failure.
It's
and
fear
the
of failure.
Fear of being
And
embarrassed.
fear of failure is the most ridiculous thing. You know, think about it from like we've been talking sports a lot this last little bit, and talk about guys that you go into a game and you're afraid to make the play or make that extra effort because you think you're going to fuck up, but they get better and they learn from it, you know, and they become champions from making those mistakes, right? And that goes for every walk of life. The strongest are the ones that have messed up the most, and you listen to yourself, you pay attention to where you were, and you learn from it. Because if you don't, you're doomed to fail again and repeat those mistakes. But it's getting over that fear, just pushing yourself, try it. You never know. This guy used to sell purses in Yorkdale. This guy, when he goes, Ralph, I'm opening a business. I go, what are you doing?
Easy vacuum salesman.
Yeah. This guy,
I heard about that.
This guy used to have a kiosk in the middle of Yorkdale, a little wooden cart, and he goes, Ralph, they're the greatest purses on the face of the earth. And I go, what a fucking loser. Okay, we're gonna buy a purse. I go there and buy a purse. Like, oh, hey Rob, help him out. The guy's dying.
That was nice of you. I remember. That was very kind of you.
You know, but he tried. He's learning a retail side of business, and he learned a lot from that experience. He probably dropped, I don't know, $5,000, $10,000, maybe more. Maybe more. I don't know what kind of rent he paid on that thing.
I was 18 years old.
18 years old, selling purses in Yorkdale in the evening, but look where he is now, right? You know,
I'm at a podcast with some of my best friends.
But yeah, it's things like that, and you just got to put yourself in a position to fail. Know that you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Accept you're going to fail.
See, that's how Ralph approached high school.
That was good.
And he failed.
And man, you did a good job.
High school, I will say, high school was one of those moments of when you recognize that you're in a place that you will never be again. And a lot of people are short-sighted and they think,
I gotta get out of here.
gotta get out of here. I can't be here. I'm
You're
going to be a
right.
loser. I was the king. I was the king for many years. And I knew where I was. I go,
So
I'm going to
right.
I'm going to squeeze this lemon until it's like dry.
Till the juice runs down your leg.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. Actually, I didn't look at it that way. Like, you were king.
The king.
You were the only guy allowed to buy booze.
That's right.
In high school.
That's right. I used to sign myself out of high school. I used to go to the front and they used to say, Ralph, you were away the last couple of days. We need a note. You know, someone's got to sign off that they recognize. I go, no problem. You got a piece of paper? And they go, what are you talking about? I go, just a blank piece of paper. And I wrote the note. I go, I, Ralph Cerasuolo, give Ralph Cerasuolo the permission to be absent from homeroom and the next 3 days. Signed, Ralph Cerasuolo. And they go, you can't do that. I go, I'm 20 years old. I vote. I buy alcohol. I go, you can't tell me to do anything.
That is so classic.
And they go, they looked around, they asked the principal.
But you had
they
to
asked
have
the vice
new
principal,
laws written.
And they go, we got nothing. I go, see you later. And I moved on.
They had to change laws because of you.
You know, it's
Yeah.
hey?
Wow.
So that could have been Adam if he done it right.
Adam walked up to the graduation thing and took an empty envelope.
I did.
His diploma was not in it.
I did, yeah.
His
real?
diploma,
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That is awesome. That's
yeah,
a
he
good
did it in
story,
summer
too.
school.
I'm in 3 graduating classes in 3 different high schools.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's something to be proud of.
Oh, no, I'm
or
very
like,
proud of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
if you look
Fair
back at it
Because,
now.
like I said a moment ago, I'm happy where I am.
Fair.
Yeah,
You know what? You know what? Like to both of your points, as different as they were, they both spoke to each other. You know, like Rob said, like, don't be scared and get your hands dirty and work your ass off in fewer words.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's exactly
And
it, yeah.
and for you, in fewer words, is like, don't be scared to make a mistake.
That's it.
And they're different, but they go hand in hand. And I think that speaks to a
what
lot.
he said, which is very, very different, and something that actually kind of blew my mind a bit, is a lot of people, you hear people say, put yourself in a position to win. He goes, put yourself in a position to lose. Which is
learn.
very, very different. You don't hear that a lot, because why would anyone want to be in a position to lose?
Yeah, not too many smart people tell you that.
But you know what, though? There's a lot of he's saying there's a lot of wins and the losses. So when you understand where you can become, or who you can become from that,
Right.
and you flip the narrative,
You're not putting yourself in a position to lose. You're putting yourself in a position that you know that failure, there's a good chance of failure.
And it's okay. You
And
can
it's
learn
okay.
from it.
Yes,
You can learn
Because
from
you
it.
go,
So-
listen, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to try. It may not work out, but I'm going to learn something from it. Because what do I got to lose? A few bucks, a little bit of time. I got time.
Guys, honestly, the way we ended off, the insight that you guys gave us, and to people watching, the younger generation, that was absolutely amazing. We had great laughs today, great conversation. I just want to take a second and thank you both. Rob, I know it's your first time on here. Thank you so much for coming on. We really do appreciate it. We're wise words, will definitely help, the younger generation, and honestly us. We took something from both you guys, and
absolutely,
it was a great conversation. So thank you for coming on, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
having me, for sure.
Yeah, it's been fun.
To the old man himself, thank you so much for your second time coming on the pod. We are in your office. We are taking up your space and your time, but thank you so much
really
for
do
coming on
appreciate it.
again.
Yeah, no. This is, I love what the office has evolved into. And what do you call it? Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you
See you
guys so
tomorrow.
much.
Appreciate it.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you
See you tomorrow.
Rob
doing it
wants
all
to be
again.
back on. We probably will have Rob on again. Maybe we'll think about it. Our team will reach out to his team, and we'll figure it out. But thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on. It's been a
Thank you.
blast. Great stories, great talk, and we'll definitely have you guys on in the future.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Break the break talk. Yeah. Break the